Halo sobat, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Beberapa waktu yang lalu, warga dunia dihebohkan dengan kemunculan Gunung Emas di Kongo. Kemunculannya lalu dikaitkan dengan datangnya akhir zaman atau kiamat. Hal ini tentu mengacu dari tanda-tanda kiamat yang salah satunya adalah ditemukannya Gunung Emas saat sungai Eufrat mengering. Lalu, benarkah kemunculan Gunung Emas di Kongo ini adalah salah satu tanda akhir zaman atau datangnya hari kiamat? Berikut adalah beberapa fakta tentang Gunung Emas di Kongo dan pesan dari salah satu ulama yang sudah ada dari dulu. Mari simak dengan seksama agar kita semua dapat memahami isi dari video ini. Gunung Emas yang baru ditemukan. Menteri Pertambangan Kivu Selatan Venan Burume menyampaikan penemuan biji kaya emas terjadi pada akhir Februari 2021. Tak lama setelah penemuan itu, ribuan orang termasuk angkatan bersenjata Kongo menyambangi lokasi. Diklaim mengandung 90% emas. Menurut salah satu surat kabar di sana, gunung ini diperkirakan mengandung 60 hingga 90% emas. Namun, belum ada informasi lebih lanjut mengenai jumlah dan kualitas emas yang ditemukan di gunung tersebut. Terletak di pelosok desa. Lokasi ditemukannya gunung ini adalah di Desa Luhihi, Provinsi Kivu Selatan, Kongo. Melansir dari Unilat, Luhihi berada di sekitar 50 km dari ibu kota provinsi Bukavu. Penambangan dihentikan. Otoritas Kongo menghentikan sementara aktivitas penambangan di wilayah itu. Penghentian penambangan ini dilakukan pihak berwenang untuk mengidentifikasi penambang dan memastikan mereka terdaftar dengan benar di administrasi pertambangan artisanal. Berpotensi sebabkan konflik. Emas adalah salah satu sumber daya yang dikenal sebagai bahan konflik di Kongo. Kabarnya, kelompok bersenjata juga terlibat dalam penambangan dan memaksa orang lain untuk menambang serta memungut pajak dari para penambang. Gunung emas juga ada di tempat lain. Faktanya, gunung emas juga banyak ditemukan di tempat lain. Di Indonesia contohnya, gunung emas bahkan sudah ditemukan dari bertahun-tahun yang lalu yang tidak lama lagi kandungan emasnya mungkin juga akan habis karena aktivitas pertambangan. Nah sobat, demikian yang dapat saya sampaikan. Semoga kita semua senantiasa dijauhkan dari mara bahaya. Dan semoga apa yang kami sampaikan ini dapat memberi manfaat untuk kita semua. Sebelum kami menyudahi video ini, kami ingin memberikan satu video yang berisikan pesan dari salah satu ulama yang perlu kita ingat dan kita pahami. Mari simak dengan seksama agar kita semua dapat memahami isi dari video ini.
It is not a mountain of the metal which is going to come out from underneath the river. No. We say that the mountain of gold came out from underneath the river in 1974. That's right. In 1974, when the US dollar was in no man's land, since 1971. We will discuss this later on in my lectures. And the US dollar could collapse. And they were able to secure a future for the US dollar by making a deal with Saudi Arabia. And this was the deal. Kissinger went to meet with Faisal, and Faisal accepted the deal. May Allah forgive him. The deal was that Saudi Arabia would agree to do what was haram. What is it? That you will sell oil for only US dollars. Did you hear that? So even if I have gold, I have dinar and dirham, I can't buy your oil. No. If I have euros, I can't buy your oil. No. The only way I can buy your oil is if I hand US dollars. Why are you such a dumb that you betray the Quran and you betray the Prophet ﷺ, and you betray all the prophets of Allah by agreeing to this bogus and fraudulent agreement to sell oil for only US dollars. Even a schoolboy could see that this is bogus and fraudulent, and it is meant to preserve the US dollar, to make it fly high. Therefore, a permanent demand for the US dollar, because oil is the biggest commodity traded in the world market. When Faisal agreed to that, the US dollar not only was given a new lease of life, but now it's flying high. Oh yes. It has become the petrodollar. And in 1974, an ocean of oil underneath the river, an ocean of oil underneath the river. Listen to me, you Salafi. Listen to me with your wrong methodology. Listen to the correct methodology. An ocean of oil underneath the river began to function as a mountain of gold. The petrodollar monetary system came into being in 1974. And this was the fulfillment of that prophecy which he brought back with him from the Isra and Mi'raj. But the Prophet said that they will fight for that mountain of gold. So there is going to be a threat to the petrodollar monetary system. And that threat has come now with BRICS. Russia has said this is an unjust monetary system. The scholars of Islam, of course, are eating biryani and going to sleep. That's what they're doing. But Russia says this is a bogus monetary system. It is unjust. And China says this is a bogus monetary system. It is unjust. And so Russia and China have come together to do what our scholars of Islam are failing to do. It is something so sad. In 1974, the petrodollar monetary system came into being. An ocean of oil underneath the river became a mountain of gold. And then came BRICS, with Russia leading the way in challenging the petrodollar monetary system. BRICS is a group of 5 countries, if you don't know it, led by Russia. It can only be led by a country powerful enough to stand up to the United States. And only Russia is powerful enough. Because Russia has stood up, because Putin has said, don't mess with nuclear Russia. I wish we had leaders like Putin in the world of Islam. Russia, because Russia has stood up, China has said, we with you. Otherwise, China couldn't stand alone. No, China could not have stood up alone. China is standing because Russia is leading. And then there's India, and there's Brazil, and there's South Africa. But these are the hangers-on. These are the 2 main players, Russia and China. And they are challenging the mountain of gold, which is the petrodollar monetary system. And the Prophet said, when he came back from the Isra and Mi'raj, they will fight for it. That's where we are now. This is the critical moment that we have been looking to, that this is going to come. 1400 years ago he spoke. Only a prophet of Allah could have spoken. 99 out of every 100 would be killed. There's never been a war like that in all of history. Never. This has to be a unique war. Will you wake up? When have we ever heard of a war in which 99 out of every 100 who fought in the war were killed? It cannot be a war using weapons that are conventional weapons. Even a schoolboy could tell you that. So wake up. It has to be a war using weapons of mass destruction, like nuclear war. The Prophet said, Allah's blessing be upon him, one of the signs of the last day is dukhan, smoke. The skies will be filled with smoke. Yes, that's probably the mushroom clouds which comes from nuclear weapons exploding. And there may be other weapons that I don't know about. But when the war takes place, these weapons will be used. Secret weapons we don't know about.
Terima kasih sudah menonton video ini. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.